Welcome to Zonie Living. We're getting serious about play and laughter today. I'm not sure if we need a mat for this program, but we're going to practice laughter yoga. Our guest is Olivia Vo. She is a heart-centered entrepreneur and founder of Savvy Social Pro Enterprises, where she infuses her joyful energy, humor, style, and savvy strategies for online collaborations and live stream events and productions. Olivia Vo has been studying, practicing, and performing a thing called laughter yoga. She used to match people to jobs as a staffing recruiter, helping them brush up on their LinkedIn profile and bring out their best to get the job they want. But now she goes after their inner child, and no one is safe. Olivia's here to enlighten us and make us smile. Thank you for joining us, Olivia. It is so great to have you with us on Zonie Living.
Thank you, Bonnie. And I'm here in beautiful Mesa, Arizona, as a result of AATH, the Association for Applied Therapeutic Humor. And it was laughter that brought me to this wonderful organization.
Well, I noticed that you are a member of this Applied Therapeutic Humor Association. I've never heard of it before, and you are certified in laughter yoga. So help us understand what that is.
Excellent. And oh my gosh, so where do I begin? So I was really searching for new meaning in my life, and I've come to discover laughter yoga. And through laughter yoga and being with other laughter yogis, I got introduced to the Association for Applied Therapeutic Humor. It's a nonprofit. They've been around for 30 years, and I never knew this. And we are colleagues from a wide, diverse variety of disciplines in medicine, research, doctors, nurses, educators, business leaders who all want to understand the psychology of humor, the research behind humor, and ways we can apply it to our life and business.
Wow, so that is a lot of people, a lot of different levels to laughter yoga.
Yes.
How did you become introduced to this?
Through online networking.
There you go.
So during the pandemic, there are so many online networking events, and I just stumbled across one of them and got introduced to Kathy Nesbitt, who became my mentor. And she was trained in laughter yoga by Dr. Madan Kataria in India. And he started this movement way back in the 1990s because he wanted to find out, is laughter really the best medicine?
Wow, good question. Yeah, so what exactly is this? Do we need to have a yoga mat? Is it anything to do with yoga?
No, there's no mats required, no fancy equipment. You don't even need yoga clothes. So.
That's too bad. But the breathing is part of it, right?
Yes. So Dr. Madan Kataria, he has a medical background as well. And so he really wanted to find out, too, does the body know the difference between fake laughter and real laughter? So meaning like laughter in response to something. Say you're watching a comedy movie or your favorite comedian, or could you self-initiate your laughter? And that's what attracted me to this practice. It's like, oh, I can just activate my own laughter sounds. And, he guides us through these different laughter techniques. And in between, we do mindful breathing as well, because you have to remember to inhale.
Sure.
And have some breath control. And it is a form of active meditation.
Okay, I like that, active meditation. Well, earlier you told me that you practice self-compassion exercise and you like to teach them to others. It gives them a chance to smile, is I believe what you said. And that made me think the need that exists. During the pandemic, there was such an increase in depression and anxiety and people feeling isolated. So probably now more than ever, this laughter yoga could really help a lot of people.
Indeed. And I think laughter yoga gained its momentum during the pandemic. So as I said before, Dr. Madan Kataria, he was part of this movement way back in the 1990s. And people were searching because of the isolation, because of the isolation and the lack of social interaction, we were really searching for ways to bond. And many laughter yogis formed online Zoom clubs.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. And so that was a way for us to come together and to learn how to laugh. And as I said, it's all about self-activating your laughter. So you can practice laughter sounds. Ho, ho, ha, ha, he, and laugh for no reason at all. You don't need to respond or wait. You don't need to wait to watch a movie or hang out with your friends to laugh. You can just initiate it yourself. And the body is so appreciative of it too.
That is amazing. Well, it's easy to see how you change a mood in a room, change a mood in a person. But I've read that there are some valuable lingering effects of laughter yoga as well. So let's talk about the science behind laughing.
Indeed. So as a result of this new interest now in laughter and trying to understand the basis of where it all comes from, I mean, there's lots of studies that's being done. And the one benefit of becoming an AAATH member is that we do have a research board, and we are currently curating and vetting all this research material. And one of our most prominent members is Dr. Lee Burke. And so he does a lot of research investigations around laughter. And it seems to reduce cortisol, which is a stress hormone.
Perfect.
And also it stimulates the vagus nerve. So you've got this vagus nerve that's part of your parasympathetic nervous system. And when you activate it through laughing and singing and humming, it really can help to tell your body, okay, it's time to relax.
Nice.
Instead of moving to fight or freeze.
Sure.
And so I think, so there's a lot of emerging research behind that. And even Dr. Burke will say that there's gamma frequencies that will be induced through laughter. And that helps with neuronal activity. And that is what you would experience too in meditation. So it's really fascinating to be able to understand this, but then also just to know that you've got this tool, laughter and humor. I think that's why I pursued humor studies, is because I wanted just to understand in a broader context, because laughter is just one component. And, to be able to use humor and laughter as a tool, as a coping mechanism, and as a way to brighten a positive outlook, have a more positive outlook, and boost your social interactions. There's a famous quote that says, laughter is the shortest distance between two people.
Oh, I like that. Well, Olivia, you and I met recently in Puerto Vallarta. We were at a training session that lasted about a week, and it was about speaker training put on by master speaker trainer Arvi Robinson. She's also been a guest on Zonie Living, by the way. And this was a 5-day workshop where participants would learn how to craft their message, get over fears like speaking in front of people, and then actually perform on stage. And we all arrived with different goals and intentions and about what we wanted to accomplish. You were just fresh off of a job that you did not feel very good about when you left. It it felt like a very hostile environment, not appreciative. And, it was amazing, your transformation through that week. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. I was coming off of a decades-long career in staffing and recruiting. And I can remember one particular incident where I was super excited to advocate for one of my candidates. And he didn't check off all the boxes, meaning he had never held this one particular job title before. But I built a relationship with him. I just saw his potential come through. And I worked with him over several weeks to polish his resume, build up his LinkedIn profile to supplement the application. We did technical screenings. I did reference checks. And despite all that, my manager disagreed with me and saying that I embellished the resume from the original. And he didn't seem to understand that, where the embellishment came in was I had to rearrange perhaps some of the bullet points to make his resume more appealing and to make him a worthwhile candidate. And I had to stand up for myself to say, I can attest to everything that's on there, and he can too, because we've done the phone screenings, we've done the technical skills assessments, and I feel confident in backing him up, and I believe he deserves this chance. And my manager finally gave in, but also made sure that I had a backup candidate. And in that moment, Bonnie, I just realized that wow, my intuition was being questioned. Something that just came so naturally to me, to see the good in others, to draw out their potential, to match them to a job, was suddenly being challenged. And I vowed in that moment, I was never going to let that happen again.
Way to go. And I just want to say, it wasn't just your intuition. The way I hear the story, I feel like he questioned your integrity. And to have somebody do that just goes right to your core. And especially, I can imagine how proud you felt to be working and to kind of like figure out that jigsaw puzzle, like why wasn't, he had all the skills, but why weren't they matching up? And it sounds like you just put them in the right places where it said, okay, can you do this? And you're like, well, yes, you can do this, but you didn't say you could do this up here where the question was asking. So you were helping him understand how to do an interview basically and how to, put out the points at the right time. And boy, I just really applaud anyone who leaves a job or leaves a situation where you're not being honored.
Yeah.
Your soul is not being seen. And that hurts me. It hurts, I'm sure, anybody who's listening to this. We all know you're a woman of integrity, and I can only imagine how hard for that was for you. But, I've got to get back to this. So you came fresh off of that, and you were already thinking, I want a new career. That I wasn't having a good time doing that, right? So you came with the intention of, how do I make my life happy, make other people's lives happy? And I got to tell you, I don't know if you've noticed Olivia's glasses, but she brings these everywhere she goes. So like I'm wearing some yellow heart-shaped glasses. I have a pair of purple ones and pink ones at home, thanks to Olivia. And everywhere she goes, she just makes people laugh. And we just wear these glasses. Hers don't have lenses in them, which is even more hilarious. So it's really hard to be down or to stay in a bad mood when you're around Olivia. And so, as I mentioned, at the end of the week, we all had our heart-shaped glasses, and I think every picture we have from Puerto Vallarta has the glasses in them. But
so I will say this too, Bonnie. Since that time, thinking about it, that incident now, like I do want to say thank you to my manager, because it was the exact nudge that I needed, right?
Exactly.
To explore a new path for me. And since then, I've just been following my own intuition. And that intuition led me to exploring laughter and becoming a part of the Humor Academy. It's a 3-year program now that I'm enrolled in to understand how I can use humor more effectively. And also now to explore speaking opportunities. And I've developed a forgiveness laughter exercise I'd love to share with you.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay.
I think that is so valuable. Forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, even to forgive ourselves. And I think a lot of us get hung up with having that difficulty to get past that. So please share that with us.
Exactly. And it will tie into self-compassion because that was one of the biggest lessons I had to learn after leaving the job after, a decades long. I mean, my body and my mind was freaking out. Like, you're taking this major risk, and now what? What will you be doing?
Right.
And I think as much as I'm wearing these glasses for other people so that they can smile and I can brighten their day, I learned now that, you know what? I'm wearing these for me to honor my intuition, this decision I've made to change my life. And to hold that self-forgiveness for me too. So this is a forgiveness laughter exercise that I've developed based off of the Hawaiian traditional prayer of Ho'oponopono. And there's 4 components of I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So now I'd like to add in some demonstration. So
Okay, sure.
all right. So we're going to make the letter S.
S?
Because it's in sign language, this is the letter S.
Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't know that. Okay,
So it's just more
S.
symbolic. So you're making a fist and with a thumb out. So it's the letter S. And we're going to rub it here at the center and
Okay.
say, I'm sorry.
Is this where we have a chakra?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. This is where the chakra is. This is also where your thymus is.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's this really good feeling to self-soothe, right? Part of the self-compassion is learning to self-soothe ourselves as embracing our inner child. So being able to
that.
say, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And then, please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And making the heart shape.
Oh, love that.
I love you.
I love you. Now, do you do this in the mirror?
I do. I do this in the mirror.
Oh, I love
And
it.
wait, there's one more
There's
component.
more. Okay.
And just remember, this is your heart. And like a heart that pulsates, that beats, that has a rhythm, we're going to make that pulsing motion. And we're going to add in a laughter sound. Ha.
Ha.
You ready?
Yep.
Ha.
Ha,
Ha.
ha,
Ha.
ha,
Ha. 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 Ha.
Impossible not to laugh when you throw enough haws in there. That is beautiful. And so that's a Hawaiian prayer.
That is a traditional Hawaiian prayer, Ho'oponopono, with those 4 phrases, and I've learned to add in that laughter because you know what? Every haha, every ripple of forgiveness can be sent out to my former manager, to all the wrong and hurt that I was feeling, and at the same time being able to receive it back and embrace myself with it too.
Oh, that is so lovely.
And this applies to everything. So maybe perhaps, you have felt wronged or judged in one moment in your life, and it's just a way to acknowledge that, because I think sometimes in our culture, it's very easy to want to placate our feelings, right?
Sure.
We don't want to sit down with our messy feelings.
Nobody likes a mess, that's for sure.
And we don't want to take time to recognize and honor those feelings. So what I love about self-compassion is that you can also allow for the experiencer to come into play. Not just be aware of your emotions and what you're going through, but also just have some compassion for the person that's going through it. And oftentimes that's the inner child that appears.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I really appreciate that. Now, since that time, I've only known you for a couple of months. So since that time, you've accomplished so much. You've become a certified laughter yoga leader, right? Okay. And you facilitate hands-on trainings and workshops for both in-person and online virtual events. And you're available to speak on entrepreneurship, laughter for well-being, and LinkedIn profile optimization. You're known for your ability to connect and energize with groups through your infectious laughter, of course, empathy, and adorable smile. And you also have online programs. And you're getting ready, you're preparing for a TEDx talk. You're getting that
Yes.
all in order. So, bravo. That's her whole life has changed in just a matter of months.
I think laughter has become my way to release, right? All the things that were so inherent in me, like my joy and humor and compassion, and I just never really found it in the job. And now that my intuition is leading me down this path, I finally just get to embrace who I am. And that Puerto Vallarta trip was so crucial, Bonnie, because I was stepping into a room full of people I didn't know other than the retreat leader, RV. And for everyone to come up to me to say how much they appreciated my presence and the joy that I could bring to the group. And I felt like truly in harmony, right? Like finally,
Boy, does that feel good.
Exactly. It felt amazing. Like I was finally being in harmony, that I could wear my fun glasses and be my joyful self, and people appreciated that. And people instantly, I think people just got it. So now I feel like when people meet me, they just get it. I don't have to do a whole lot of explaining. And I think it's just so remarkable. And it's something that just astonishes me from time to time.
So, Olivia, what does self-compassion mean to you?
I can tell you first what it is not.
Okay, let's go there.
There's emerging research that's being done in which self-compassion is not about self-pity or a sign of weakness. And it's not really about selfishness either. Like taking the time to honor yourself and honoring all the things that you've been through is so rewarding. I think so often we're so quick to dismiss it, right? We can Netflix binge, we can eat ice cream. At least I do. Yeah.
Right? Eat ice cream.
We can just find ways to not really honor those feelings, but we can't dismiss them. We have to be able to understand the good and the bad. And nothing really is bad, right? Like there's no judgment there. And so just being able to, be curious and be aware of all the emotions that you're experiencing. And I can tell you, when I left my job after a decade long, there was a lot of new emotions that were coming at me. And feelings of overwhelm and anxiety, if I'm good enough, if I'm going to make it, right?
And
as an entrepreneur. And change.
And all the fear and uncertainty that comes with that.
Exactly. Because I'm naturally this upbeat, positive person. People expected me.
Tell. Hard to tell. You hide that. You hide that well.
So people naturally expect me to be this upbeat and positive person. And here I am wanting to be sad and allowing myself to be sad.
Yeah.
And so
taking the time.
That's exactly it, Bonnie. Like we just don't take that time because we're so busy trying to get to the next thing or being told to get over it.
Yeah,
Move on.
Get over it for sure. Yeah, people aren't comfortable when we're not comfortable with where we're at that moment. They want us to snap back and pick ourselves up and move on. And, it seems like the right thing to do is to at least allow yourself to feel those feelings, deal with them, and then you can leave them with love and forgiveness.
Exactly. So in that moment, I made the decision to take a 3-month digital detox. And this is my business, social media. And I've taken a detox. So it sounds extreme, but it was so necessary for my just well-being to have that moment to recalibrate my inner world.
Sure.
And when I did that, my 10-year-old self appeared.
Aw.
So my 10-year-old self appeared.
I just had an image of your 10-year-olds.
I'll find you a picture and I'll show it to you.
I love that.
So my 10-year-old came forth because that was the moment when my youngest brother was born and he had a medical heart condition.
Oh, wow.
And so in that moment, it just felt like I had to be the big sister and help out my mom and dad, especially in caring for him and my other middle brother. And so I think when I was making this big decision to be on my own, it felt like that, like I was taking that weight, that burden. And what I learned about self-compassion is that I can learn to soothe myself, just like when you're a child, perhaps, you place your hand on your cheek.
Yeah.
And the warmth of that hand on your cheek and you lean into that is so beautiful. And that's a way of just holding a space for you. And just leaning into that and perhaps just patting your cheek gently.
Aww.
Or even just like rubbing your cheek in a loving way.
Uh-huh.
Right? To remind yourself and to embrace that inner child and say, it's okay. Like, you'll get through this. And you have all the qualities and resources inside of you to get through this. And this is something that I've learned now as an adult, but I wish I had it when I was a 10-year-old self too, caring for my brothers.
When you mention that, it's so fun to watch children because they naturally do the things, when children are stressed, you might see them shake their hands or do something like that. And now I hear healers teaching that, to let it go. And so it's really fun when you have somebody, as young and naive as a small child, and for us to learn from them how those exercises are soothing and helping them.
Exactly. And with these heart glasses, they've come into play too because I no longer have to wear them for other people and making them smile or brighten their day. I get to wear them and just see myself with loving eyes now.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
And I invite everyone, perhaps just to find whatever it is that could be their version of heart glasses. Your favorite lipstick that makes you feel a bit bolder and brighter and happier. The favorite scarf that you like to wear, your favorite shoes or your favorite watch, whatever it is that helps you kind of stepping into that and embrace yourself fully.
Beautiful. Can you lead us with another mood elevating exercise?
My pleasure. This is my favorite that I developed just for you today.
Oh, fantastic.
So often now we are sitting so much, so long in Zoom. There's a thing called Zoom fatigue and working from home and remote work culture.
Sure.
So I want to encourage everyone from time to time, take a laughter break. I think that laughter takes practice.
Really?
Yes, laughter takes practice. And so have a laughter break, even if it's just for 1 minute, and do some stretches. So you can get up from the chair and do some stretches. And I will demonstrate this to you, but there's a beautiful stretch that will help, your shoulders and all the back muscles from sitting too long. And we're gonna throw your arms up in the air like this. Y. Like the letter Y?
Why?
Y.
Do we say it like that? Why?
Well, you're making the motion Y.
Okay, why?
So I just want you to feel like you're the letter Y, so reaching fingertips to the sky.
Okay, I think we've done this in the YMCA song. We all know this one.
We were dancing to that song, yes, in Mexico.
Yes, we were.
But I want to show you all the movements first, and then I want to show you the acronym in which you're going to remember it. Okay, so this is Y. And then we're going to bring our elbows down like this, which is W. So it looks like the letter W.
Okay. Okay.
And it's just a really nice back stretch. You feel the muscles in your back? Yeah.
Right.
So
Sure.
when you've been sitting for too long, this is wonders. Okay, so W. And then we're going to stretch your arms out like this for the letter T. So now you look like the letter T.
Okay.
And then bringing your elbows close to you like this will be the letter L.
How is that an L?
Well, from your shoulder
Oh, okay.
out.
I got an L going on both
L
sides.
on both sides.
Okay. All right. I'm a little slow. I'm keeping up, though. Okay.
Isn't it fun? You can make letters with your body. So one more time. So this is Y, W, T,
T,
and then L.
L.
Okay. So the acronym to help you remember all this will
Yes.
be U,
Okay. U,
wonderful,
wonderful,
talented,
talented,
loving,
loving,
being.
being.
And then just give a giggle.
You know, everyone in the studio is giggling and trying not to be. I can see shoulders shaking in the studio. That's hilarious. That's beautiful. Well, Olivia, you have really done so much and made so many people feel so good. And no doubt you are why you're in such huge demand. We have no excuse to feel down when you watch this again, Zonie Living, or you find Olivia on YouTube. I just want to thank you for being here and brightening our day and giving us some tips on how to keep upbeat and shake it off and do some exercises even at our desk.
Exactly. It's a great way to reset. So if you're feeling stressed or frazzled in that moment, take a laughter break so you can reset and pause and breathe.
Well, you can follow Olivia Vo, founder of Savvy Social Pro Enterprises, on LinkedIn at Olivia Savvy Pro. She's an international speaker, booking, speaking, and laughter engagements, and a best-selling author of several books, including an anthology of inspiring letters to matters of the heart, the Cinderella monologues, The Impact of One Voice, Live Life in Wow, The Stories of Us, and Ready, Connect, Grow. These are all books, all available on Amazon. And you can also read more about Olivia and laughter yoga at flagstaffbusinessnews.com and quadcitiesbusinessnews.com. We've heard this before. Anything can happen in life. And as Olivia Vo has shown us, we have the power to turn a situation around that's no longer serving us and light up the world when we are living on purpose. This is Zonie Living. Business, adventure, and leadership. I'm Bonnie Stevens.